Okay, I did say in the last video I was going to film this being put back together for two reasons. All the videos that I've seen on YouTube show everything but the kickstart spring being tensioned, which is on the back of this. So that was one reason why I was going to film it. The other one being, when I showed you the spring, it had a lot of tension in it. It's a beefy old spring. It's got to take the weight of this, hold this up in the air all the time. That's got to weigh a pound. And so it obviously has to have tension. But when I did a dry run, it was easy peasy. I just put a normal pair of pliers on there. My brother-in-law held it down. I just turned it anti-clockwise, greased it, put a new O-ring inside, locked tight on those to seal the threads, and that was that. Easy as anything. So that's why I didn't film it in the end, because doing the dry run, it just went together very easily. What I'm doing now is putting the conrods back in. I've had the crank reground, got new big end shells, and what I'm doing, because I don't know how long it's going to be before I run it, I'm mixing Gearbox. I always put things together with Gearbox oil, piston rings, and just give it a good old smear of that. Stops it going all dry, because Gearbox oil is a bit heavier. So I've got Gearbox oil and molybdenum disulfide, which is a nice graphite grease. So I've got a little coating on there, and I've got a coating on that one. Rubber gloves. You see people on YouTube building engines and they're poking and prodding away at these with their bare fingers. That is an absolute no-no. The acid in your fingers will etch into the white metal of the bearing. It's just not good practice. Dnepr conrods have got a little dimple on them, and the dimple coincides with that boss. The boss sticks out further on one side, so this rod is actually offset. The right hand side of the engine, which is what this is, the boss goes to the flywheel. So when you put it in place, the conrod is smack bang in the middle of that opening. If you was to put it in that way, you can see it's just slightly to the left. So these go in little nipple and boss to the flywheel on the right hand side, and on the left hand side, you can't see it, but there's the dimple, and it's to the centrifuge side. I've got new split pins in the other side, go through the castellated nuts. These only go on one way because I've got a flat sits against that flat. Again, you see people reusing these. That's a no-no. They just, once you've bent them and you've used them, chuck them in the bin. Still waiting for my barrels, pistons. It was cheaper to do that than it was to get a rebore, so I shall put these on and do another video soon. Thank you very much.